one, I'm going to try to heat press a design onto a fabric that I'm not quite sure it'll take. I'm putting a design on a gymnastics leotard for my daughter that is 90% nylon and 10% spandex, so I'm not real sure that this is going to work. I have some parchment paper just to put in between where it is a heat sensitive fabric. I don't want to have the two sides melting to each other. You can stick that in there. Straighten my straps, which is going to be the other issue. And the other problem is I'm using glitter heat transfer, so not just any heat transfer, of course. And the one thing to know when you're doing glitter heat transfer is that you can't layer, like I couldn't cut the whole thing out of the gold and then just this next layer of silver and lay it over top of the gold. It won't stick to itself. So instead, every layer has to be its own piece. And you'll see as I apply it. There can't be any overlap. So for example, her name is cut out in the middle because I wanted it gold. So it's here in the gold and it's cut out in the pink to line up with it so that it won't overlap. Okay. So for now, I'm just going to kind of layer it together so that I can place it. And I'm using the Easy Press. I've put it to 280 only because that's kind of the temperature I've read works best for nylon. Hopefully that works. And I'm going to use a time of 10 seconds. I really would rather do this in multiple presses than have a disaster where I melt it. So that's the hope. And sorry that the camera's not staying. Let's try this again. There we go. Hopefully that stays. All right. So we're going to preheat our fabric. And we're going to put our transfer on where we want it. I think I want it about there. But I only want the pink layer. So I'm just going to leave the pink there where I know where it is. And let's try this again. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I'll move the camera here in a second. Because I can see I'm a little bit out of frame. It's not the best setup here for my camera, so my apologies. Alright, so the pink's on there. Pull that back. I'm going to place my next layer. And this is the hard part because I haven't figured out if my next layer should be the gold or if my next layer should be the silver. So, yeah. It should be interesting. I think it needs to be the gold just so that the letters can line up. I just want to make sure that the silver still lines up on top of that. And it kind of sort of does. It's not perfect though, and that's going to be a problem. So we might have to cut that into two pieces. It may have shifted when I was cutting. The top piece is lining up, but when I have to line up the top piece, it doesn't seem to be. Oh no, there it is. Okay. So, all right. So with that all lined up, we're going to press again. And I am leaning on it to give it some more pressure. That's the one thing, the difference between the easy press and a heat press. Your heat press would have that pressure for you. The easy press does not. I probably need to let this cool a little more. I don't even actually know if this is hot peel or cold peel, to be honest. I probably should have read that. Before I did this. There we go. Here we go. So I may actually cut that into pieces. Just to make it easier to line up. We'll see. See if I can get it. And it's really important that it lines up with the glitter because, like I said, you can't layer it. It's not going to lay on top of itself. So that's going to cause me some issues if I can't get it to line up perfect. And the stretchy fabric is definitely not helping. All right, there we go. I'm going to put this back down over top because I can see some of the pieces. I'm hoping, no, that is definitely a cold peel. And I am so not patient. I don't normally use cold peel for exactly this reason. I am not a patient person. And it's not lined up perfect, but that's alright. A little bit will be fine. And I'm not too worried that it's lifting in spots, in some spots still, because I'm going to press it again. So it's going to even itself out. I have another blue butterfly somewhere. Oh, there it is. And then I'm going to lay my blue sheet back over again. A gold layer. I could also just use a piece of parchment paper as my top layer there. But I have that here, so that's what I'm going to use. There we go. Now, to make it even more challenging, because, you know, the glitter wasn't a challenge enough, the blue is regular heat transfer, and the red is metallic. So, there we go. I think I am going to take just one more. While I'm at it, I'm just going to take another piece of my parchment paper, and this is just, yeah, that's a giant tiger, but that's what it is. So, but regular parchment paper works. Just this is what's up in my craft room. And I'll just hit this one more time. There we go. And that is it. Enjoy! Happy crafting!